all hatred, all misunderstanding. And you will become a vibrational equivalent to all that this life and before has caused you to become.
So all of the low points in our own lives, when I think of, as I was writing this, I can see clearly now. I look at some of the things that I did, ways that I behaved, my consciousness.
So we're going to talk about what she also was saying earlier is that once you make your transition, once you go to the other side, there's no such thing as death. But once you go to the other side, so to speak, and you make your transition, you swoop right back into that positive energy that was who you were, the essence of who you are, the majority of who you are, your higher self. You swoop right back into that. So it's no such thing as about you're going to go to this particular place that's unwanted. You're getting right back into your source. You're going right back into that pure positive energy, which is the majority of you anyway. So, yeah.
But how would you know you're seeing clearly if you didn't see not clearly? How would you appreciate the clarity that you've now found if you hadn't lived in some of that? And how could you live other than what you're living? With the source right there calling you forward, calling you forward, calling you forward. And then it's easy to get all the way forward and look back and say, shouldn't have been on that path and shouldn't have been on that path, when source called you every step along the way. Because it was the path of least resistance, and therefore the only path that was available to you at the time. It's a good thing to give yourselves a break. Source is not judging you. You do it to yourself, and then you pinch yourself off from source.
But I think of the...
So let's talk about what she means about pinching yourself off. So once again, we got this powerful stream that is coming through us. The source is flowing through us, each and every last one of us in this particular moment. So you do have a lot of people that are not aware of that. So when you're not aware of that and you think that that source is not flowing to you in this moment right now, you're doing things to somewhat not to disallow it, should I say. So when you're doing things that's disallowing the full fledge of that, this is what she's referring to as you pinching it off. So you want to try to do any and everything about trying to let that energy flow, which is the path of least resistance. So you won't have to pinch yourself off by disallowing it. So this is what she's referring to is don't disallow it, just let the natural flow continue by just going by or doing the path of least resistance. So yeah.
I don't know, but I've just been lucky that had I been found out some of the things that the ways that I had behaved at earlier times in my life.
But things are always working out for you. And your behavior didn't deserve punishment. It didn't deserve finding out. You're just off your path a little bit.
Right.
You know, source is always looking the other way when you stumble. Never looking at what you think is wrong. That's you that do that to yourselves and each other. Little child is just learning to walk, fall.
So we're going to go back to this and we're going to talk about as far as what she mean by punishing. So a lot of people think that there is some kind of punishment. There is no punishment. There's only source that loves you, adores you, and is always there for you. So when you think there's punishment, that's just the lack of unknowing your source, the lack of the energy, as I was saying, that's constantly flowing through each and every last one of us that you're not aware of, that you're disallowing. And when you start to disallow the natural flow, then these are the kind of thoughts that comes through, because once again, you're on this lower frequency, this low flying disc. So these are the only kind of thoughts that comes through when you're on that low flying disc. It's not nothing that's coming from a higher source, not nothing coming from your higher self. So yeah.
Get